Welcome to the castle. My name is Nightsaber Z42 and this is Character Vault, a series where I go through the entire character creation process from start to finish in various tabletops RPG games. And today we're going to be taking a look at Outgunned, the cinematic action role-playing game. This is quite the wonderful tabletop role-playing game that really tries to amplify action movies, and it does so with a very unique dice rolling system. For now though, we're going to pop this book open and see just exactly what that entails. Right there in chapter 1 we have making a hero. I like it when character creation stuff is right at the very beginning, and there are a few steps to creating a character. First we're going to choose a role, then we'll fill in our personal data, we'll choose a trope, mark the attribute and skill points gained from the role and trope, then we get 2 free skill points, then we can choose and note 3 feats from our roles and tropes. We get to choose our gear, which really is dependent upon our role, and then we're going to mark 1 adrenaline, 1 spotlight, and 1 cash. Before we get started with choosing our role, let's take a look at our skills. We have 5 attributes, and each attribute has about 4 skills under them. First, we have Brawn. We use Brawn for all action that require physical effort, and under Brawn we have the skills Endure, Fight, Force, and Stunt. The second attribute is Nerves. You need nerves of steel for action that require quick reflexes and steady hands. The skills for nerves include Cool, Drive, Shoot, and Survival. Next we have Smooth. Show off how smooth you are whenever you have to interact with other people or want to manipulate them. This includes Flirt, Leadership, Speech, and Style. Our fourth attribute is Focus. You'll need focus to concentrate, to notice details, and to recall memories and knowledge. For Focus, we have Detect, Heal, Fix, and Know. And last but not least is Crime. Your aptitude for crime will come in handy when acting in secret or to notice incoming threats. The 4 skills under Crime include Awareness, Dexterity, Stealth, and Streetwise. We have about 10 different roles that really exemplify the action movie genre. This will include the Commando, the Fighter, the Ace, the Agent, the Face, the Nobody, the Brain, the Sleuth, the Criminal, and the Spy. For this video, I'll be choosing the Spy, an agent of the Secret Services, an infiltrator or spy sent by a foreign nation. Men and women with irresistible charm and a license to kill. Spies are always one step ahead of everyone else. These heroes are more than trigger-happy agents. They are cool and calculating people who carry the weight for entire countries and keep secrets too dangerous to fall into the wrong hands. The jobs that exemplify the spy could include MI6 agent, CIA agent, or KGB spy. For possible catchphrases, we have "There's no time, I'll explain later," "The enemy of my enemy is my friend," and "It might be impossible, but we have to do it." Some possible flaws for the spy include "Everybody lies," "I don't tolerate mistakes," and "I push myself too hard for the mission." Now with us choosing the spy, we do accumulate a couple of different things. First, we get an attribute point under Crime. Then we get skill points under Endure, Fight, Stunt, Cool, Drive, Shoot, Flirt, Detect, Awareness, and Stealth. Then we get to choose 2 feats, which will include Gunslinger, Heartbreaker, Martial Arts, Master of Disguise, Parkour, or Shadow. For gear, we get Elegant Clothes, Pistol with Silencer, and an item of our choice. So exactly who is our spy? For our personal data, we get a name, a job, our age, a catchphrase, and a flaw. Our name is going to be Benjamin Hawk. But where does he work? Well, he's an MI6 agent. He is old, and actually that brings us to something else. We do get some cool things depending on our age. We have 3 different ages to choose from: young, adult, or old. If you choose a young hero, you only get to choose 1 feat from your role instead of 2. In exchange, they gain an exclusive feat only available to them: Too Young to Die. Additionally, young heroes start the game with 2 adrenaline instead of 1. For old heroes, we can choose 1 additional feat among the ones available through either the role or trope. However, we do start the game with 2 lethal bullets instead of 1 in our death roulette. For our catchphrase, I'm going to choose it might be impossible, but we have to do it. And our flaw will be I don't tolerate mistakes, which will go into our trope. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and figure out what our trope is going to be. There are 18 different tropes to choose from in Outgunned. We have bad to the bone, cheater, cool but distressed, diehard, free spirit, genius bruiser, good Samaritan, hot stuff, hunk, jerk with a heart of gold, last Boy Scout or Girl Scout, leader, lone wolf, mentor, neurotic geek, party killer, trusty sidekick, and vigilante. With our trope, we do get an attribute point. Now notice that there are 2 different attribute points. If we already chose one of the available attribute points in our role, then we have to choose the other. We'll also get to choose an additional feat when we choose our trope, and we also get some more skill points. I'm actually going to choose mentor as Benjamin's trope. People like you always know the right thing to say to comfort, move, or encourage others. Sometimes you're tough and you can come off as too strict, but you're the parent figure everyone needs. Sometimes. Basically, Benjamin is a retired MI6 agent who has really trained up the next generation of heroes. But maybe something happens that pulls him out of retirement. Maybe these young agents are being picked off one by one and he has to go and figure out who it is. For the attribute points, I'm going to go ahead and choose focus. We do get endure, cool, survival, leadership, speech, heal, know, and awareness as our skill points. And we also get to choose an additional feat in this step. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and choose our feats now. We get a total of 4 different feats. We get 2 from our role, 1 for our trope, and we get an additional 1 from being old. For the spy, we have access to Gunslinger, Heartbreaker, Martial Arts, Master of Disguise, Parkour, and Shadow. I'm going to go ahead and choose Gunslinger and Martial Arts as my 2 feats from the role. Gunslinger says, gain a free reroll when using, repairing, evaluating, or handling a pistol or revolver. Martial Arts says, gain a free reroll for all action and reaction rolls made when fighting unarmed. From my trope, I'm going to choose Always Prepared. Always Prepared is a quick action. You take out or retrieve a useful item, a piece of information, or a small, easy-to-hide weapon. Now we do get 1 additional feat for being old, and I'm actually going to choose Silver Tongue. This is taken from the mentor trope. Surprisingly, the spy doesn't actually have that feat, even though I think it would really fit well. Anyways, Silver Tongue says, gain a free reroll for all rolls made to lie, to persuade others, to find a compromise, or to bargain. Now we do get 2 additional skill points that we could use for anything that we want. I'm going to choose shoot and drive because we gotta have a cool car and we gotta be able to drive it, right? Also, shooting is going to help us out tremendously, especially with that silenced pistol. By the way, we do need to choose 1 additional item of our choice, and I'm actually going to choose something a little bit odd. We do start with elegant clothes and a pistol with silencer. I'm going to choose a smartphone, like an actual high-tech smartphone with encryption and all the gadgets and gears and all that jazz. So yeah, that's going to be our item of choice. And the last thing that we're going to do is, on our character sheet, we're going to mark that we have 1 adrenaline, 1 spotlight, and 1 cash to start with. Let's go ahead and take a look at our finished character sheet. Here we have Benjamin, or Ben, Hawk, the spy who was a mentor. He is a retired MI6 agent, and he's old. His flaw is, I don't tolerate mistakes, and his catchphrase is, it might be impossible, but we have to do it. He's got a brawn of 2, endure of 3, a fight of 2, a force of 1, and a stunt of 2. His nerves are 2, but his cool is 3, his drive is 3, his shoot is 2, and his survival is 2. For smooth, we have 2, his flirt is 2, his leadership is 2, his speech is 2, and his style is 1. We have a focus of 3 with a detect of 2, a fix of 1, a heal of 2, and a know of 2. We have a 3 in crime with a 3 in awareness, a 1 in dexterity, a 2 in stealth, and a 1 in streetwise. For our feats, we have the gunslinger, so we get a reroll whenever we interact with a pistol in any way. We have martial arts, which allows us a free reroll whenever we use unarmed attacks or anything like that. We have always prepared, which allows us to equip or take out a small object or weapon. And we have silver tongue, which is a free reroll whenever we try to convince someone to our cause or something like that. We start with 1 adrenaline, and we have 2 in our death roulette. That extra one is for being old. We have a pistol with a silencer, and we have 1 free clip, if I remember that correctly. We have elegant clothes and a smartphone, and we start with 1 cash. Also, our spotlight is at 1. And that's all there is to creating a character in Outgunned. Creating a character in Outgunned is definitely medium in its complexity because, well, we do have things to choose and we have a little bit of customization going for us. We don't just have like a character class where everything is already determined for us. And I like that. I like that we get a little bit of customization and we do have like a role and a trope and we can kind of mix and match things a little bit. For now though, feel free to leave a comment down below, give this video a huge thumbs up to support this series, and I will see you guys in the next video.